former officers who defended the Capitol on January 6th visited the Pennsylvania House. Some GOP members jeered. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. A visit to the Pennsylvania House floor by two former police officers who helped protect the Capitol, who helped protect the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th riot of 2021 drew boos and walkouts by some Republican legislators this week. Witnesses said the appearance Wednesday by former U.S. Capitol police officers Harry Dunst, and his ex-boss, former Sergeant Aquilino Garnell, triggered a distinctly negative response from some Republicans, with some even shouting that they were cowards. House Speaker Jonah McClinton had some things to say about that. The GOP members' shameful behavior was unbecoming of our institution for any guest, let alone two of the men responsible for defending our democracy during a dark day in our nation's history. The Republicans' disrespect, lack of patriotism, and even common decency epitomizes the poor behavior that so many in the MAGA movement have adopted. Dunst said he was honored to be there, being recognized. The truth is, I support law enforcement. I spoke to the gentlemen about the job they performed, Cutler told reporters on Wednesday afternoon. And I think that when you look at it, I'm tired of the House Speaker using the guest list and the legislative calendar for political purposes. At the Biden campaign event earlier on the state capitol steps, Dunst and Garnell were flanked by more than a dozen Democratic lawmakers. The two warned at the appearance that they see former president and current GOP presidential candidate Donald Trump as a danger to democracy. Donald Trump is the greatest threat to our democracy and the safety of our communities and the safety of communities across our country. He has encouraged and continues to encourage political violence. His deranged, self-centered, obsessive quest for power is the reason violent insurrectionists assaulted me and my brave colleagues. Donald Trump called the people who entered me and attacked our Capitol hostages, patriots, and political prisoners. If those people are those things, who are we? He said he saw two Republican members walking out and that other Democrats reported that as many as 10 GOP House members did so. It was a notable contrast to the solemn respect that normally greets soldiers and police officers when they are recognized on the House floor, he said. The cheering that can be heard on a video of the House activity was a Democratic attempt to loudly cheer over the booing. It was despicable and an embarrassment. This is the party that supposedly cherishes law and order. Let me just start by saying this. The real police officers are the real heroes are the police officers that round up the illegal alien foreigners that do not belong here and put them in jail. If you were actual heroes, you would have joined those patriots on January 6th and denounced Joe Biden as the supposed fucking president. Everybody knows that dead people can't vote. Everybody knows Joe Biden and the Democrats cheated to win the fucking White House. His deranged, self-obsessed quest for power. You want to talk about a self-obsessed quest for power? The Democrats are bringing in a whole nother group of people from other countries in order to remain in power because they know the American people do not like their politics. They bring in all these foreigners who commit all types of crimes. They kill Americans, they rape Americans who are underage most of the time. And the Democrats excuse whatever crime they commit because supposedly they're persecuted. The illegal aliens. And let's not forget the supposed President Joe Biden, the pedophile. He apologized to the illegal alien that killed Laken Riley. You know what I have to say about January 6th? It was infiltrated by Antifa members, and as to the very few violent GOP supporters, I say some people did something. Antifa, BLM, those are terrorist organizations. Those are the gangsters. Buildings were burnt down by Antifa. People were shot by Antifa. People were crippled and maimed by Antifa. Self-centered quest for power. Self-centered obsessive quest for power. Donald Trump literally told us to our faces that he didn't have to do this. He didn't have to run for president. He wanted to do this because he saw what was happening to our country and he wanted to put a stop to it. Self-centered obsessive quest for power. That's not turning out very well, is it? Because Democrats are literally trying to put this guy in jail for supposedly falsifying documents. And that was really Michael Cohen's fault because he was Donald Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen. Donald Trump had sex with Stormy Daniels, a porn star, who is an adult, a legal consenting adult. That was going to make him look bad since he was running for president. So he paid off Michael Cohen, his lawyer, and Michael Cohen placed it as a legal expense. The payment to Stormy Daniels, it literally was a legal expense because he was running for president and he didn't want that news to get out. It got out, but he didn't want it to get out about him having sex with a consensual style relation with a porn star. How is that anything but a legal expense? It's basically like if you had sex with one of your coworkers and you didn't want your coworker blabbing about it to the boss because you may get fired. Joe Biden raped a White House intern. Didn't pay her anything. He didn't have to pay her anything because the mainstream media all said that all those allegations of Joe Biden raping the White House intern were false. She lied. And he likes to sniff little children as well. Let me just end with this, I think. Donald Trump, the man who wants to perform the world's largest deportation operation in history, and getting rid of all the illegal foreigners who don't belong here in the first place, or Joe Biden, the supposed president, allowing millions of illegal aliens to come in here and potentially vote because he knows the American people do not like him. Which one has the self-centered obsessive quest for power? I think that's pretty obvious. It's Joe Biden.